Hantavirus is not one single virus, it's actually a group of viruses usually carried around by rodents like rats, mice and voles, and for them it generally doesn't cause any symptoms, they just carry on with their furry little day. It's not a new group either, the first hantavirus was isolated in 1978 in South Korea, but that's not where hantaviruses originate. There are regional hantaviruses all over the world. But right now, everyone's looking at Tenerife, location of the cruise ship MV Hondius, and of its 150 passengers, the World Health Organization has confirmed 8 cases of hantavirus, 5 of those people surviving. 6 of those cases have been confirmed to be hantavirus, specifically the Andes virus. While most hantaviruses don't normally pass from person to person, there are some rare instances of human-to-human transmission, specifically with the Andes virus. Cases of Andes virus occur mainly in South America, specifically Argentina, Brazil and Chile, and in Argentina there were 100 to 200 cases just last year. People usually become infected by breathing in air contaminated with virus particles from rodent urine, droppings and saliva. Symptoms of hantavirus infection can include fever, extreme fatigue, muscle aches, stomach pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and shortness of breath. It's not the nicest topic to cover, and I'm sorry, but I think it's important. In some cases, people can develop severe breathing difficulties, low blood pressure, and kidney failure, which require hospital care. There is currently no widely available vaccine or specific antiviral treatment for hantavirus infections. Treatment is supportive and based on the symptoms, stuff like respiratory support, and all of that stuff that we've just talked about sounds absolutely horrible and terrifying, and it is, but there is a silver lining here. There's an authoritative, comforting opinion from the World Health Organization. The people who I think we can all agree we trust most in this situation, and they have assessed that the risk to the global population is low. It is low risk, and they will continue to monitor the situation. The outbreak is being managed through a coordinated international response, including in-depth investigations into the epidemiological origins of things. So that's the who, when, what and why. So who gave what to who, where did it ultimately come from, and who might they have had contact with in the meantime. Tedros Ghebreyesus, the Director General of the World Health Organization, did something that he doesn't normally do, and on Saturday he published a direct message to the people of Tenerife. In response to protests on the island, people were understandably scared and felt like this ship full of sick people was being foisted upon them without any say on their part, and he said, "The pain of 2020 is still real, and I do not dismiss it for a single moment. But I need you to hear me clearly, this is not another COVID." I don't know about you, but for me that gave me an awful lot of reassurance that even though this is a bad time, it's not going to be another COVID, and that's really important because I think that this is a situation that's very much inflamed by our collective trauma over COVID. If you're old enough to understand the words I'm saying here, then you have some pretty unpleasant memories of COVID. It was like being trapped in a house fire. It would spread and spread, and then all of us would get together and fight it back down in our own little way, and then some sparks would get into the next room, and then that would be on fire, and we all had to deal with it. But then came the vaccine, and suddenly our progress was not constantly just being reset. We were able to push it back into the edges, and although it's still very much a real thing, it hasn't gone away, it's at least something that we managed together and we can start to move on from. But because we were all trapped in that house fire together, it means that we're all permanently on the lookout for sparks. The other thing about this story that I think makes it very attention grabby at the minute is the fact that it started on a cruise liner, because cruise liners are well known for being an absolute petri dish of bacteria and viruses. Quite often norovirus or something like that will spread across the entire ship because you've got so many people from so many different places, and they're all sharing very close quarters, they're all sharing food, they're all sharing water, they're all breathing the same air, and as a result, something will get round very quickly. A cruise liner is a really unique situation here because it's not just the fact that it has the population of like a village up to maybe a small town, and as a result things can spread very quickly, but also it moves, and as a result there's a lot of eyes on where it's going next. Is it coming towards us, people will ask. And when it got rejected from the Canary Islands, I think that drew a lot of attention and added a lot of drama, and that in turn has made the whole situation feel like much more of an event than it might have been otherwise. So with all the facts in hand, I think it's probably too early to go out and panic buy toilet paper just yet. This has been a bit of a departure from my normal style of video. I usually do more evergreen science and technology stuff, but I was seeing so many questions on social media and so many weird videos about it that I thought I would make something that is hopefully pretty fact-based. I will put all of my links to various sources that I've used in the video in the description so that you can check stuff for yourself. But do remember, I'm just a person on YouTube, and as a result, you should take everything I say with a pinch of salt, check the sources for yourself, and as always, subscribe if you want to see the next video so you don't miss it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!